That'll work. Okay.
That was a bad start.
That's all right. It'll be in the beginning, and we'll edit. Hello, fellow Snarkatarians. What's up? It's Jess. Hey, it's a very special episode because I have a very special friend.
Hi.
This is Sarah.
Hello.
We are co-workers. We are not going to talk about work.
No. Worst idea.
No work talk.
No.
But I never realized that there were people out there that loved makeup as much, if not even more than myself. And she is one.
Hi.
So I thought it would be fun to do a little makeup bag swap. I
have multiple bags. I'm not going to pick them up.
I have one. But the fun thing about this, I've seen these before, and I curated a bag for of my makeup, which I thought might work for you.
Oh, I thought of you when I picked this up.
I figured you would. I appreciate that.
I know you.
But the tricky part is that there are several things. I am first 10 years older, so my skin is a little different than Sarah's in that aspect. Also, I am much more on the fairer side. You're darker, you have more olivey undertones, I would say, whereas I don't. And also, you are much darker, hair-wise.
A little. Just a smidge.
A little. Also, you are more on the oily side.
Super oily. I'm Italian.
I am on the drier side.
Like,
so,
I already feel myself getting really low.
Well, I feel
we might need to
damp as well.
We might need to.
Trying to curate a bag to have her try on and vice versa, I thought would be tricky and kind of fun as well. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm ready to dig in.
I'm excited.
You are. All right.
I'm excited.
Okay.
So, I guess we're going to start with primers.
Sure. Well, I thought maybe we could just kind of open up and
So I have,
see what is what.
Okay, so I'm going to give you, this is the main bag of makeup.
She's in multiple bags.
Well, everything's bulky. Palettes are bulky. Okay.
All right, so we got stuff here.
Ooh, my fingers, I love this. Oh my god! We're twinsies.
I know. Well,
What's
I
in
think
here?
I knew.
It's in there somewhere.
Okay.
I'm super oily. I love a super matte foundation.
Yes.
So I gave you a couple of options. I gave you 3 primers because I kind of just went through my general steps of makeup. So I'm super excessive. I do 3 primers. I do the Smashbox priming water to start because even though you're oily, you're supposed to hydrate your skin.
Always hydrate. It is very important.
And because I like a super matte look, that I like to use the Backlight primer from Becca just so that I get a little bit of luminosity to my skin and I don't look super dry. And then I have big pores, so I like to have some kind of a pore masking.
Oh.
You can go get it. You live
Yeah. I'll be right back.
We'll just pause. Oh no,
I always forget something.
I'm gonna get my coffee. Me.
All right.
1, 2, 3. So the only thing that I will maybe not, well, I don't know what you gave me, so, there's like no powder in here!
Yes, there is. You took the powder out.
Oh, that powder. Okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
We'll make it work. I'm going to try the No Poreblem primer because I've been kind of wanting to do that anyway.
So I thought you would like this. So I like mostly when I do the pore filling primers, I tend to go with something that's also mattifying. So like my favorite is the Laura Geller Spackle Matte one.
Yeah.
Because it is a pore filler, but it's also very mattifying, which I need in the summer. This one I liked, and I used it a lot in the end of winter, beginning of spring, because it wasn't very heavy. I felt like it did a good job of covering my pores, but was a little bit lighter, which I know that you like more moisturizing, luminosity kind of situation.
I do, but this is nice.
But yeah, it's not super heavy, so
it is slippy. It's got a nice slip to it. It's nice and light. A nice little soft fragrance to it as well. And this is the Tarte primer. That one I can't, that starts to, I can only wear those pore minimizing ones right here. Otherwise, if I use them on my forehead or my chin, I break out like crazy.
So I do my makeup probably a little bit different than you as far as, I mean,
you do
our
eyes
orders
first?
are probably the same. No, I do not do my eyes first. I do my eyes last.
Okay.
I do my foundation first because I like to like really get up there in the dark circles. That's genetic. So I gave you a little bit of everything. I gave you a couple different...
It's the same one I have, too.
This...
So light.
It is.
It's ghostly.
And so that's the ColourPop one, which is similar. And then my favorite Tarte Shape Tape, which is my favorite concealer of all time.
We differ on that. I threw mine out. It looked beautiful under my under eyes for 2 seconds, and then it got cakey. But I have drier.
So I really brought that one more for me if I needed to carve out my eyebrows a little. Because the other one, which is my other favorite one, but I'm pretty sure you've tried it, is the Catrice Camouflage Concealer, which is my favorite drugstore concealer of all time. I have about 4 backups of it in my...
I need to get more now that they have other colors, darker colors, because the one that I had was way too light.
So I feel like I would like this e.l.f. one if I got it in my correct shade, because it is very similar to the Tarte Shape Tape.
I'm also going to try the Becca Backlight Filter Primer.
What did you give me for foundation?
That's like the darkest.
Oh my god!
I know.
I'm so excited. I really want these.
Try the creams. I like that a lot. The cream.
This is old school.
It is old school. I forgot I had it.
I'm pretty sure I had this. Like, this is like one of my first makeup purchases.
This is my first
time
at Sephora. I think I talked about that earlier. For me, it
wasn't at Sephora. It was at the actual like Bare Mineral store in the mall. Your powder is darker than mine, which is funny.
That is funny. Do you do the? Oh, I had another primer in there for you. But
no, it's okay. I already feel myself being very oily today, so we're not putting any luminosity of any kind on, because I will
just a little.
I will show through without even trying.
This is the one that you actually got this for me for my
birthday. I was like, didn't I give it to you? I'm like, I feel like
it's nice, but I don't feel like it's very oily. This is a Dr. Brandt. There's all kinds of doctors here.
Everyone's
Pores
got to have a medical degree.
Luminizer primer. I think it's lovely. I don't find it to be overly bronzy or luminizing. It's a nice little subtle glow.
Is this highlighter?
Yeah. I'm going to make you work for it with that bag, because I did have this before. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and I got a color, of course, that was way too dark for me.
Oh, look.
So
it's a match.
How about that? Because I knew that was dark for me, so I thought it might work for you. My other option is the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, which I have not tried. And
I do really like that, too.
This looks a little lighter, too, so it might...
Well, I brought you all my fair-skinned things.
Thank you.
We start getting tan and all of that. I've been trying to use up all my fair-skinned stuff because it's open. And I've just been using my Cover FX straps or using something that's a little bit darker and mixing. I very rarely actually only wear one foundation at a time.
I've learned how to mix a little bit too.
So, like right now, my favorite combination of makeup is the Maybelline, the All Day one, the Superstay All Day Liquid Foundation. And I mix it with either the Kat Von D, the Lock-It foundation, which is super full coverage if I think it's going to be really humid out, because that is a very drying foundation. So I like to do that, or I mix it with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, which is my all-time favorite foundation of all foundations.
I, of course, tried that as well and got too dark a color, so that didn't work well for me. But yeah, but I didn't realize at that point that I did not like matte foundations.
Right.
Well,
have you tried just like the Too Faced Born This Way, like their foundation? You'd probably like it. I mean, I like it in the winter time.
Yeah. Yeah. This is that noise. My chin is my problem area. Always has been. Yep.
My biggest thing is right here. This is where I get my heaviest, deepest pores. Everything settles really quickly in there. And I have a very hard time of getting foundation to stick to my nose, like, at any given time, no matter how much I bake and set.
So, Sarah, tell me, because I just found this out about you yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
For somebody who has so much makeup and so much knowledge about so much makeup.
Yeah.
You only really started getting into it when you were in college?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So, I was in a sorority, so judge me all you want, because I judge me all the time. And there was one girl there who was very much into makeup, more into makeup than even I am now. She's a makeup artist. She was like the first person I ever really knew that like really loved makeup and she did makeup for me like a couple of times for like recruitment and stuff, and just having her come and be like, oh, this looks really good on you. Just, you know, it's self-esteem boosters that I just never necessarily had. Not that I was very self-conscious before about wearing makeup, and so that's kind of where it started. But even still, like, in college, I pretty much just had bare minerals. Like, I had the very bare minimum. I had a powder foundation, I had the radiance thing, and a bronzer, and that was it. I very rarely wore any makeup. And then around the time when my sister was getting married, I remember going into Ulta because I was under the distinct impression that I'd have to pay to get my makeup done. So I decided I was going to do my own makeup so that I had the look that I wanted, and I bought my first palette. I bought the Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay, and then that was really it. From there, and that was just kind of fiddling, and then I didn't really find YouTube videos about makeup till maybe like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. And then it was down there from that, and I've probably spent thousands of dollars since then, and I don't just have, you know, I don't have a crazy makeup collection, but I have a pretty significant,
She has a very carrying case.
I don't even use that anymore. It's
because they're small. It's too small.
It's too small.
Yeah.
I could have brought it here. I thought about it if it wasn't heavy. I was tempted to like bring my makeup in that for just to be funny, but it's the thing weighs like 75 pounds.
Yeah. Do you not
This is going to be dark, just so you know, because I brought that more for my own selfish purposes, just so you know.
But I can mix. I've mixed.
You can, yes.
I can mix.
I like even more coverage than this. I like full coverage.
She's a full coverage bitch.
I am a full coverage bitch. I have to say is that, like, I try to not be full coverage, and I'm like, I'm gonna go natural and just look like I just threw a little something on, and it's still full coverage because I don't want to see anything. And I don't know if that's just from, like, when I was younger having acne, even though I don't have acne now, being self-conscious about that and feeling the need to cover up stuff where I actually right now, which we were talking about, like, I feel like my skin actually looks pretty good right now for me. Thanks, Tarte.
Shout out to Tarte.
Shout out to Halo Beauty.
So another thing about, we used to live together briefly for about a year, and I was introduced to the world of, I knew YouTube and would look up videos, music videos and stuff like that, but was never really formally introduced to the world of beauty influencers and creators until Sarah started living here, and I would come home and, oh, who are you watching now?
This is
Tarte.
very dark. You mix, but you didn't give me something else to mix with.
Well, use one of yours. Use this guy.
Oh, that will pale me right out.
Well,
you own this, so... Well, you have the same one, so then I don't feel like I'm cheating here. No, it's funny. So, until, like, I started watching, like, YouTube videos, I always thought that, like, when I would buy makeup for, like, concealer, I always bought darker, because I thought that the darker would hide the dark. I don't know where that logic kind of came from, but that's, like, was my logic in covering up, like, my dark circles, because I've always had that.
So I'm going in with a Shape Tape, and I'm going to try the ColourPop No Filter Concealer.
I do like that. I don't know if you might think it's a little drying.
I think the e.l.f. is drying, so if it's similar to the e.l.f., then
it's not as drying as the e.l.f. I would say that it is a happy medium. So I like the feel of this, but this is much darker than I would ever go for a concealer. I pretty much stay in the light fair always for concealer, even when I'm tan, because I would much rather have that be really bright, like super bright. I watch a lot of Jaclyn Hill. She looks really bright under eye.
She does. She's like mostly pale under eye.
So I would much rather do that and then use a bronzer to kind of adjust.
So clearly, I grossly underestimated.
I mean, but everyone's kind of different for what they want for their makeup look. So I would say if I was probably going for a more natural look, that I probably should get something closer to my skin type just because that would make it a little more natural looking.
I prefer slightly brighter, not super bright, because my tendency is I have so many creases and stuff under my eyes that if I go bright, like a lot lighter, it seems to really emphasize my creases even more.
And then, do you use concealer as your eye primer? Do you ever put it on your eyelids? Because I do. I very
Not
rarely
usually.
use an eyeshadow primer. So you don't have one, because I don't use one.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I didn't bring mine down.
Well, you said this is an eyeshadow primer, but I'm not letting you use. I'm not letting you use it because
okay, well, I'll go up and
I don't have. No, you cannot because it's not in my makeup routine. It's just like how I told you I wasn't bringing you eyeliners because you can't have them because I don't use them. So, there.
Fine. She's hardcore, man.
Well, if you're gonna do the rules, you gotta do the rules.
All right.
This is different because you
you
said you literally own this concealer
I do.
in this shade.
I will use the concealer to prime my eyes.
Now would be the time. I also used this. This is my favorite thing I've been using to set my under eyes. This is the Park Avenue Princess palette from Tarte. I hate all of the bronze. Oops, sorry. I hate all the bronzers in this palette. Sorry if I'm blinding you. I don't like they're very glittery. They're super orange on me. You're more than welcome to use them. I use a makeup sponge and use the 2 setting powders in here, which I do like a lot. But only because I have to get the refills for the Shade and Light palette for Kat Von D because that's what I used and I hit pan on both of those.
Gotcha. I very rarely powder anything.
I have to set everything. Like, you're going to see, because this will be very interesting because you didn't give me a lot of powder, and so
I don't have a lot of powder.
Right, so I changed how I've been doing my makeup lately. So I use a ton of powder, and that's Jacqueline Hill's fault because she told me to learn to love powder, and I do, and I have found that it also helps my makeup stay all day.
Yeah.
And I actually very rarely use powder brushes anymore for any
kind. You just use sponges?
I use sponges which seems kind of counterproductive for someone who's really oily, to use something with moisture in it to press into your skin.
No, I think it helps melt it in there a little bit. Right?
But I have found that...
But I'm going to do a little sculptation.
Oh, and I don't contour at all. I had a phase where I did, but I quickly grew out of that.
Ooh, it does smell good, though.
It does. It smells like chocolate. Right? Cocoa powder or vanilla or something. Yeah. It smells very good.
It's very similar to the Pure
well, it
bronzer.
It smells like their other makeup. So, like their Tarte and Bloom palette.
I don't remember that having a smell. It has a smell to it?
It smells like that.
No kidding. Because she did my makeup one time just because we were... Just for shits and giggles, and you used that on me, the Tarte in Bloom palette. I don't remember smelling anything. Of course, you weren't, like, shoving it, like, right up my nose. In your nose.
Well, and also, like, I don't feel like you would smell it unless, like, you were close, like, with your face to, like, the actual palette. You know what I mean?
Cheaper.
Do you not put concealer anywhere else besides your under eye?
No. Oh. I feel like the more I put on, the cakier it looks on me, and because I have drier skin.
It's okay, we're gonna make it work.
Fail. Yep. So this is also, you know, as much as I tried to adjust it to what I thought she could use, it was also kind of a, challenge. Because clearly my makeup routine and your makeup routine, although I feel like mine is quite extensive compared to what it used to be, is nothing like hers. But I just don't have the stuff.
I'm high maintenance. I'm high maintenance when I want to do my makeup. Because ironically, usually on the weekend, my favorite thing about the weekend is not putting on makeup.
Yeah, I really don't.
And there are times that if I knew that there would not be maybe some peanut gallery comment if I wanted to work without makeup. I do like doing makeup.
I do too. It's my zen. It's my zen space in the morning. You know, like if I gotta go to work, then at least I can have some time.
I am all one color right now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm super creasy right now in my eyes. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
And that is why I don't powder under my eyes.
So the other thing which I use under my eyes to brighten a little bit, this is my other favorite thing of all time, is the the ambient lighting powder from Hourglass in Luminous Light. I literally take this with a dome brush like this and just sweep it under my under eye because it's brightening, but it's not glittery, and it just adds a little bit of light to...
A little bit of life.
When I do my eyebrows, no, I have eyebrows.
Spoolie?
A thing. No, I have that too. Like a eye outline with like a brow pencil or something. Do you have a brow pencil that I'm allowed to use? And
yes.
then I fill in with pomade.
Yes, I will go get that. Brows. I think I spend more time on my brows.
Oh, I fully believe I've contemplated either microblading or something because So we'll do fun story time right now. So as you can see, I don't really have a lot of eyebrows, but I've never really.
And that was even before she set herself on fire a couple years ago.
Yes. So funny story. Halloween 3 years ago. 3 years ago. 2 years ago. Whatever. Halloween a couple years ago. Jess comes over to my house to help pass out candy, and I bribed her with making linguine and clams.
It's delicious. Always delicious.
But I went to go do some meal prepping while we were cooking, and I wasn't paying attention. I put something on the grill. I turned the grill on, let it heat up. I went back out. Keep in mind, this is a gas grill, so you kind of already know where this is going. It was a gas grill. It blew out because it was windy out, and I didn't really think anything of it, so I was just like, oh, I'm just going to turn it off. I'll do it later. Wasn't paying attention, overturned the dial back to the ignite button, which then the gas that had pent up in the closed grill fireballed right into my face and lit me, not on fire, but just enough to make it hurt.
Scare the crap out of everybody.
Living crap out of me. So I probably jumped about 6 feet back and hit the ground. And Jess and my poor brother, I don't think they knew what happened, but
here's what I thought happened. I thought for some reason something was in the grill and scared you, like an animal. I don't know, an opossum or something, like jumped out, because that's what I would have done. Because you like jumped back and screamed, and then I thought you were laughing, when in fact she was not.
I was hysterically crying
and scared out of her mind.
So what had happened was, so conveniently, I was dressed up as Harry Potter, so I had my glasses on, and the fireball had like ashened up my glasses, so I thought I couldn't see, which is what my biggest fear.
Yeah.
That was my gut reaction more than anything else. The owl, like I literally burnt like my whole arm thing, or singed off a lot of my hair thing, was that I thought I couldn't see, and then all of a sudden I look up. There's Jess dressed up as R2-D2, looking down, like freaking out. And this eyebrow has come back a lot since then, because I pretty much lost this entire eyebrow. I burnt a lot of my hair, which smelled awful. It was literally the worst smell ever.
It's not a good smell.
And I burnt my arm from my knuckles up to my armpit, which is great. So that's why I have no eyebrows. Why I don't have an eyebrow on my right side.
So it makes it look like she's going...
So, yeah. So, it's very...
She's looking very judgy at everybody, but it's not. She just only has one eyebrow.
I just don't have the eyebrow.
That was a day. That's... Wow.
Luckily, I was not really hurt. It was a first-degree burn. And we work for a doctor's office, so one of the doctors prescribed me some burn cream. And the MAs wrapped me all up, and it was fine. I don't have any scars. My hair grew back. My eyebrows growing back. So I'm very lucky, and that's why we can joke about it, because
we can laugh now.
I was laughing about it that day. So
you had your bum cream on your arm.
Right. So is that because my sister is in healthcare, and she knew that I hurt myself when she looked at it. She gave me diaper rash cream because it has zinc in it, which is good for treating burns, and so I literally smelled like a diaper, because I literally
burnt hair in a diaper.
Literally slathered my arm in diaper rash cream.
I'm trying to be very careful, by the way. I'm using the Brow Wiz from Anastasia in chocolate. Clearly I'm not chocolate, but
and you're really gonna like it, because also the pomade I gave you is also chocolate, and this is dark.
Yep.
But I love it. And I also give you this. I give you this. This is my favorite, the Make Me Brow by Essence. Oh, okay. I do like that. What's your better brow? Everyone has one better brow than the other. That's what I...
So this is my better brow. It goes back and forth, though, quite a bit.
No.
And then this one, I feel most proud of when I make it look good, because it's all over the place. All over the place. So how much do you think you spend on makeup a year?
Well, I hit Rouge every year on Sephora. And even though I've not hit Diamond at Ulta, I've hit Platinum every year. So at minimum, I'm spending at least $1,500 the last 2-3 years, which is disgusting to say. But
so easy.
It's very easy. 1, 2.
And they know it.
I don't buy a lot of. We wear scrubs all week, so I don't buy a lot of clothes. My weekend uniform for me is pretty much a white or black T-shirt and jeans and basic AF when it comes to what I wear outside of work. So spending a lot of money on clothes for me seems silly.
I buy from like one place, maybe get a t-shirt or two at Target or Walmart or something, and then...
Yeah. And, like, granted, like, I do have some stuff that is very expensive, like this Marc Jacobs bronzer, which is a very expensive thing, and the Hourglass powder. But, like, this Hourglass powder, even though it's $40, I have had this for about over a year, and I still have a good amount left, and I only bought the backup for it just recently because I had 20% off during the VIB sales. Yeah. So I pretty much buy things on sale. I would say a good fair amount of like my favorite stuff that I wear is all drugstore. I mean, there's a lot of drugstore here.
Mm-hmm.
So
there is
of what I wear every day. I mean, I have high-end stuff. I have high-end foundations and stuff, which I love, but I don't use them except for special occasions because if I'm spending $40-something on a foundation, I'm not just gonna
use it all the way. Yeah, use it all the time.
Especially if I have something that's drugstore that works just as well that I can wear every day to go to work.
Well, we're allowed to skim the surface.
Right. So, I mean, I want to look nice. So, she's an X-ray tech. I surgery schedule for the doctors for some of the doctors in the office. So, I mean, face to face with patients all day. So, I mean, yeah, you want to look nice. You don't want to look like a bum because you're representing the doctors in the practice and everything like that. But because pretty much I just wear the makeup to go to work, and then the second I get home, it is coming off. I don't know. There's just, in my mind, spending a lot of money on that. Plus, also, I mean, I know you haven't really dabbled in it too much, is that I also did a lot of subscription boxes. So, like, a lot of my stuff comes from subscriptions. And, like, this was in a BoxyCharm. And this also came in BoxyCharm, though I love this anyway. I only bought this when it was on sale at Ulta when it was it was like pretty much 50% off. So I bought two, these less, so that you're only spending half the price. So
I was good. There's a new one that just opened up, an Ulta that opened up right down the street from work, which is so much more convenient.
Right down the street from where I live.
Right. Where she
2
lives.
minutes from where I live, which is great and terrible.
Usually on a Friday. It's a good time to go. And I went twice in a row, 2 Fridays in a row, and I didn't spend a thing. And then I spent some money. I am a Diamond member. And we'll soon be a Diamond member through next year as well. I'm working on that. I'm very close. And I got a higher end foundation and a primer for nothing because I used my points. And that's why we love Ulta.
But Sephora's getting better with their points. Like, I mean, I got the Natasha Denona palette because I saved enough points to cash it in. Because also I'm a Rouge that you can trade in 2,000 points for a $100 gift card. So I spent $30 on a Natasha Denona palette.
See, now today, this eyebrow, no, not good. Not a fan.
Yes, I'm having eyebrow woes right now. And I don't know why, but it's just, you know what I'm going to do?
This is why I have my bangs on this side.
Oh yeah, that's why. And can I steal this for 2 seconds?
Yeah,
I'm just going to move this closer because what I really like to do is just be really close when I do one.
I have not used a pomade in a hot minute. I've been loving that Urban, let's put it in the bronzer. The Brow Blade is my jam.
What is happening with this eyebrow? Me. Like it literally just broke.
No! I never had that problem. It's my 3rd one of those.
I mean, I like the color, and that is really about where that ends on this particular product. I like the Anastasia one better. I think it's a little bit drier than this. This is very creamy.
It is creamy.
None of this is going to be seen because brows are boring.
I think I best leave things where they are as far as the brows go.
Now, I feel greasy, and I don't know. And I don't know if it's the foundation itself, or... So, what I do for mine when I set my makeup is I take the powder from here and the Super Stay powder foundation, and I take it on a sponge, and I literally am pressing.
Yeah.
Pressing. So I'm packing in a lot of powder right here, because that is literally my oiliest section. It is not my T-zone. It is right here. That is where I get my oiliest always. So that is usually where I judge my foundation if I can feel it, which I can kind of a little bit, but I don't know.
I can feel
because I can't set it the way that I want to because she didn't give me any powder.
I just don't.
You did not give me any powder. That is literally Like, this is light.
You want me to go up and give you... I have, like, an Essence. Do you want me to go up and get you that one? It's light.
No. But, like, which I just find it so, like, crazy is, like, how much different just from the light to the fair. So we, like, the same This Fit Me powder, which I love. I use it in fair. But not only is it way lighter,
it's way lighter.
Like, the skin tone in it is, like, the color tone, undertone of it is completely different, I feel. Like, I feel like this is very
that's
pink.
Very peach. Yeah. Peach.
And I feel like this is very yellow, which works better for me because I'm olive. It does oxidize a little bit.
But I don't think it looks bad. I think it's
no, I like
for
the
a matter.
finish on you. I mean, it's a little bit madder than I usually see you, but
oh yeah. Yes.
What hours did I say? It's because I'm staring at them too much. I can't tell anymore. They look good enough.
Yeah, they look pretty even.
There. All right, that took forever.
But doesn't it give you, like, when they look good, like, the amount of time that you spend on them, it's like...
gross satisfaction. And also, this is one, it's orangey, and B, I like a more matte bronzer.
I totally forgot that I had it. I'm like, oh! Yeah.
I like a matte bronzer. I don't like a shimmery bronzer. Like, literally, look how orange that is. Like, that Fenty bronzer has been my favorite. I really wanted you to use that, because that's bronze.
The Fenty? Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna try that one.
It's bronze.
This is good for a little sculpting on the cheekbones.
I am tan now. Look at that. I am tan.
Yeah. Me too.
Is this what the warmth used to be? Like, it used to be called warmth.
Yeah.
Is that
no?
This, or is
I think
this
they still
different?
have warmth. That has a little bit of like gold, like shimmer in it, a little bit.
This is called a little sun. And what I remember from them telling you environmentals is like literally like open one hole and dump one out of the thing. And, like, that's all the bronzer.
Yeah, no, you don't need a lot on that.
It is pigmented AF.
This is the only time I use powder is on my eyelids.
Oh, did you do blush? I brought you my favorite blushes.
I saw that.
I brought my favorite
I didn't do blush
blushes
yet.
of all time.
I do.
And I gave you color options. I'm so nice. I gave you options. She just gave me like one face and that was it. Rude. I even brought 3 eyeshadow palettes.
Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna make you work
for
it.
Makeup.
Work you out. Work. I didn't even see the eyeshadow palettes yet. I'm ready for it.
Are you ready for eyeshadow?
I'm ready for eyeshadow.
Okay, so I brought 3 or 4. So I brought my favorite palettes, which are kind of ironic. So this is literally my favorite everyday palette, which is the Mad for Mattes by Elf, which is actually really good.
Yes, I've heard. I've seen.
It's fantastic. I use it a lot. My favorite Anastasia palette, the
purple.
Norvina one. But it's not very purple. Like, there's purple in there, but you can do a complete neutral eye on that without using it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then...
Oh!
I brought it for you!
My Natasha Denona,
which is, by the way, my favorite thing of the moment. It's not my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time. It's still the Tarte and Bloom palette. But
I think if I would splurge on a Natasha Denona, I would probably go for the Safari.
So
though I know that there aren't any shimmers in there.
So the only one that I went between a couple, this one I ended up picking this one because when I was getting ready to finally like bite the bullet and buy one, I was watching Kathleen Lights, and she was raving about this palette, and she sold me because of this mustard color in it, which is called Prairie, which is beautiful. And this dark color. It has, like, I'm very much a neutral Nancy.
Yes. Yeah.
When it comes to eyeshadow look. Every once in a while, I like a little bit of color, but very, very rarely. And if it is, it's an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that's giving me color. So warm. I have to bring it all the way down. Oops.
Do you know why
my face looks so orange? Like, I need to like neutralize.
This is the one I picked for. It's the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair.
I had a funny feeling that I was going to get a BH one because I know that you were a big fan of.
I am. I like them very much. Those, and I have a couple ColourPop. I
love the ColourPop.
I think I'm going to maybe do a BH because I could do a full face of BH and ColourPop Cosmetics because I like them. But do you know why I picked that one? Can you imagine why I picked that one? For the title, The Royal Affair. Because of Game of Thrones.
Oh, sorry.
Because Lord, Lady, Duchess, I don't know. It doesn't have dragon or anything in there. But yeah, so I guess while we're here, Game of Thrones update. We just finished season 7. Ugh. I don't want to start season 8. I want to Matt wants to do one a week. So it'll get us through the summer, sort of.
No. Just watch it.
I can't.
Just watch it. Just watch it. Because, just watch it. You're just going to want to know how it ends, so you're just going to watch it. Oh, yeah, you're going to do that, so. Now, how did you use the cream blush? So I haven't really used it. Do you use a sponge or use a brush?
I usually just go, I use both.
Or your finger?
I use both. I actually just went in and just kind of smooshed it a little bit on my face, and then used my fingers to pat it out, and then just took a brush and kind of, smoothed it out a little bit, kind of.
So I haven't used too many, but my sister has a milk makeup one.
Yeah.
That I actually used on my niece last night for her dance recital, and it was really pretty and really easy to blend out. And it was like this dark, really vibrant purple color, but it blended out really nicely and actually was really pretty. And I know that I don't know for the ColourPop one, but those you can also use as a lip tint as well.
I was wondering about that too. I haven't tried it on my lips.
I don't know if that's part of its thing, if it has the dual purpose of that.
Yeah.
I do like this color though. This is typically a color that I would go to. What color is this?
Aloha, I think. It's on the cap. Is it Aloha?
Yes, it's very pretty. It's very much like the everyday color. I like a very neutrally pinky peach. I
can't not use this because, I've never used a Natasha Denona before. I have Elf and Anastasia, so she's going in.
It's super pigmented, so just
yeah,
keep in mind, but it blends very easily.
Most of my eyeshadow palettes, it barely looks like I've used them at all. You are I look that one, the Norvina one. You're hardcore right in that. Mine, I've had them for years. It doesn't look like they've done.
My stuff is well loved. And this is liquid highlighter. I've never used anything from Flesh.
I like that. I feel like it does not enhance any texture whatsoever. What I do with that is usually put a little bit on my hand, and then just kind of put it on that way. Because I think a little goes a long way with that too. But I think it's nice to adjust, easy to adjust.
So also, which we'll differentiate on, so I gave you a couple highlighters. I have really been liking super subtle highlighters lately.
Wow. I don't generally, I do too.
Granted, my favorite is still, of all time, is Becca Champagne Pop, which is my favorite. Yes, I literally only brought drugstore highlighters.
Yes. This one I have the Pure Nude, the Essence one. I have that one. I do like that one a lot. If I'm going to wear one at work, it's going to be that.
But this is probably my glowiest one that I brought you. This is the Nikki Tutorials collab that she did with Maybelline the Master Chrome. I really like the one that Laura Mercier makes. Their baked highlighters, but it's very expensive. So
the one I almost gave you.
You can still give it to me. I can add on.
That's true. Was my Maleficent one. That is.
Fucking hate Maleficent.
But the highlighter is quite.
That was the very aggressive reaction to a Disney character.
That was. I'm gonna believe that.
You can.
I don't know if I know.
Literally straight staring at the camera, just.
I like that one because you can go warm, you can go cool, you can throw some.
This looks like you haven't even used it, by the way.
I have.
I can barely see the use.
Well, that's what I mean. I've used that one. I've used that one. I've used that one a lot. I've used this one. Oops. Did I use Crown? Oh, I've used that one. I've used quite a bit of them. I do not have a heavy hand when it comes to eyeshadow.
I don't know why I don't use eyeshadow palette primer, because I do find when I do use it that I do notice a difference in it, because I have hooded eyelids, so yeah. I do notice that it creases less when I use it, but I don't know, it's just it's a step that I just don't feel like wasting the time on.
That is why I do prime, because my eyelids are so much more creasy than what they used to be.
No primer for you.
What?
No eyeshadow primer for you. You don't get to use it. I don't use it, so you didn't get one. So
I may do.
You can mix into the other palettes. There's options.
But
this is black. There's a lot of powder in that, but that is, it is black. Yes, there's like 4 cool tone and everything else is
Very,
warm.
very warm. Very warm.
Those, like, I understand. I mean, every once in a while like a cool tone look. And actually, I did like it for a while because, like I said, my first palette I ever bought was the Naked 2 palette, which is super cool tone.
Yeah. I generally gravitate to warm anyway because it brings out the blue in my eyes. And cooler tones look better on darker eyes, I think. Yeah, if you're looking for a new someone to listen to music-wise, she's really kind of coming up here all of a sudden. I barely heard of her. She's touring. So Maggie Rogers, she toured with Mumford and Sons when we saw them back in March or whatever. And all of a sudden, she's on Saturday Night Live. She's everywhere. So
I listen to country music. We live together.
I know. But you still are?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like it's appropriate when you listen to country music. I don't know. Well, my ex, whatever the hell he was, liked country music and it's stuck.
I don't hate country music. I mean, we have country Tuesdays at work. But I even when he's not there, I still play it. I still put it on. What do I want to do now? I saw a review on the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks.
I want them.
They look really nice.
I tried to buy them, but I forgot what time they went on sale, and I waited about 30 minutes, and they were all gone. All the shades I wanted were gone. I know he's not your favorite, but I don't like color. The new Jeffree Star palette, I'm kind of disgustingly obsessed with it. I like
the blue one?
No, not the blue one. He just came out with the Jawbreaker one, and it looks really pretty. And I feel like I really want that a lot. I don't know why. I don't wear a lot of color, but I feel like, so I don't have a lot of color, but I also feel like if I had a palette that had some high quality, like bright colors, that I would be more inclined to use them. Because like I have some, but they're like cheapy stuff that don't show off a lot. And I found, and I haven't worn this in a while, mostly because I've tried to tone down a little bit of the makeup that I do, but I like this much. At work is I used to do like a pinky red smoky eye from the Renaissance, Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. Like literally, the only 2 colors I've hit pan in that palette is the bright red and bright pink.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and it's not hard to go through those shades because they're a little powdery, but the pigment is beautiful. I mean, and as you can see here, you have color in this palette, and yet I have gone super neutral. But it's pretty. I do like it. These are very much my colors, and it is blending very nicely.
I like that one a lot. I like the metallics. I think they're pretty kind of buttery and soft, and I think they blend out well. Like if I just want to do
We'll see, because literally I would not use any of the metallics in this palette at all.
I use them when I use them. The darker ones I will use as like a one color look, and maybe just like something in the crease.
Yes, there's literally no shimmer in this that I would use.
Really?
No, I like bright, and none of these are bright, but that's probably my biggest.
You mean like light, like champagne-y?
Yeah, like so in this palette, there are 2 very bright, beautiful shades in this palette. These 2 right here. There's like a pinky rose gold one and a champagne colored one. I like a really bright, especially because I tend to go pretty dark with my matte colors, so I like something very brightening. To put on the lid. When I wear it lately, I've honestly not even putting eyeshadow. I don't think I wore eyeshadow at all this week. I put bronzer in one day, just in the crease, and that was it. Like yesterday, I didn't wear anything. I just wore mascara. That's me being natural.
Yeah.
Not wearing any eyeshadow. Yes, I was going to do red too, but you kind of did that, so I think I'm going to go with the dark brown, so we don't have the same eyeshadow look. So what is your favorite eyeshadow palette at the moment?
Well, no, I don't rotate. I think the one that I use the most often is still my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Just because if I do something for work, like a lot of the times I don't want to go ham on it, on an eyeshadow look or anything like that, and it's just super easy. So that one, it's just like the little ones. I have a cute little donut one from Revolution. I Heart Revolution. That's super easy. It's cute. I like that one. That one's nice and easy. But yeah, if I'm gonna bring something somewhere, if I need.
If you were gonna go traveling tomorrow, what palette are you taking with you?
Yeah, if I'm taking an eyeshadow palette with me, it's most likely gonna be the chocolate bar. Yeah. I just feel like you can do enough with that neutral, just everyday kind of thing, and then bump it up a little bit with some of them. I don't think like their shimmers, their metallics or whatever aren't necessarily the most pigmented, but I'm not gonna go crazy on a really dark smoky eye necessarily.
Oh yeah, I think I brought that elf palette. I think that's all I brought.
It's nice. It's a nice size. It's a good travel size.
That, or I bought, and I think I just used a highlighter as like a shimmery.
Even a rose gold or dazzling. What the hell did I just do?
I don't know.
Did my beach vacation one. If you haven't watched it yet, I'll link it up here or over there somewhere, and that just kind of goes through what I plan on taking on my beach vacation, and it's just going to be super simple, and I think it's just really easy peasy summer makeup without too much fuss.
Okay, let's talk about non-makeup stuff. Okay, so what is your favorite guilty pleasure thing to watch on YouTube?
Well, the only thing I really watch on YouTube anymore is makeup stuff. I'm even finding that I'm falling behind on some of my YouTube subscriptions, watching some of my YouTube subscriptions. Well, what's yours? What's your guilty?
Gardening.
Oh, that's right.
I love, and just one, and my gardener. He's like the dorkiest guy ever, but he's very smart with whatever he's talking about, and so far I've been very successful in my gardening endeavors, which hopefully will continue. That and so I'm a big dork, and I love Harry Potter and Avengers and all that stuff. And so there's Chris Evans posted this, I think it was either Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. posted this just random YouTube user who his name is gonna whatever, but I'll give it to Jess to put it in like a thing here. It's like Striker or something 22 or something like that.
Okay.
And he did these like really cool, like almost like tribute videos to like the Avengers, and he did like Harry Potter ones and Game of Thrones ones, and they're really good, like professionally edited.
Really?
Like that you would have thought like a studio did it for it, and they're really good. And I love dorky stuff like that. I love, like there's one that came out around the time that the last Harry Potter movie came out from someone called like Dazzle something, and she did a Harry Potter tribute to I think it's One Republic's Marching On. It is one of my favorite things to watch, and I have seen it about 1 million times. And I like all that kind of stupid stuff like that. How did this get made? And a few different comedians making fun of movies, like really shitty movies.
So it's like MST3K, Mystery Science Theater. Sort of.
Kind of.
But they're not they're not watching the movie, they're just talking about it.
Well, they watch the movie, like right before they do this podcast, and they just rip the movies to shreds. And I found it, because my girlfriend actually found it. We have this weird obsession with, have you ever seen the movie Rockstar? Mark Wahlberg in it. So, Mark Wahlberg is in it. It's produced by George Clooney. And Jennifer Aniston's in it.
Oh,
It's about 20 years ago. It's like right after the...
I remember.
It's right after The Perfect Storm came out, which is why him and Clooney were whatever. But it's... Mark Wahlberg is in it's like an 80 hair metal tribute band thing, and the real group kicks the lead singer out, and somehow another Mark Wahlberg becomes the singer for the band, and debauchery of all of that. It's terrible, but if you want a good laugh, you should watch it.
So worth it.
It's so worth it.
So worth the badness.
And so they did a podcast making fun of this movie, which is how she found it.
It's almost done. I need my mascara. Oh! My thing as far as adding, like if you're afraid of color, my tip is, and when I ordered the ColourPop stick blushes, I also got a couple of their like really bright cream gel liners. I got like a sky blue, I got the lime green. I think it's nice to just do super neutral and then do like a nice vivid pop of color. If you're afraid of it, if you don't want to commit to it too much, and just give it a thin line or
I do it as
if you want.
I do it as like the under eye buff out color. That's
it stopped recording at some point. I don't know where. Okay. I don't know when.
We're talking about favorite.
We were talking about another
YouTubers.
Yeah, and then we were talking about my other channel, or if I wanted to combine that or add the religious aspect every once in a while to this one. And I just feel like it's not really appropriate. I feel weird talking about that kind of thing and putting makeup on. Yeah. So I decided that I am going to start a second YouTube channel that I will probably upload content within the next month or so, maybe once every month to 6 weeks. And it's just it's not a judgy religious thing. It's just something that I feel like I need to talk about, and experiences that I've had and whatever. And feel free. I just want to start a conversation. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm not, I think everybody has a story that can intertwine with other stories, and you can either agree with it or not agree with it. You can talk about it. You cannot talk about it. But like I said, I'm not planning on pointing fingers or talking about fire and brimstone and stuff. It's just where I am at this point with on my path with religion. So stay tuned.
Wow, that was a big gesture.
How about that?
Going back to the makeup thing here, I would like to say this is the amount of lipsticks that I brought her to try. See, there's a full thing. She gave me 2 colors, a lip gloss and a lipstick that don't even go together.
No, you get no. It was one or the other. You can lighten it up. Hold on. Oh my god. All right.
This.
Oh!
And she didn't give me any lip liner.
I don't use lip liner.
What?
I don't use lip liner.
Hey,
This is literally called bag swap, not what's in my here to have my basket.
this is a bag.
There's one bag of lips.
This
Bag,
is what
one bag swap.
This is what I carry in my purse every day.
I
I added a couple extra fun colors.
As a heavy purse.
I gave you an option. Well, again, super neutral. So, I gave you that in the peach option. I didn't know which one. I gave you both colors. I didn't know which one you wanted.
Oh. Yeah, this is definitely my jam.
I'm obsessed with them. Oh, baggy.
Primer infused blush from Buxom. All right. Did you highlight? You did highlight.
I'm done. Minus lips.
All right.
Let's do it. I'm fiddling with lipsticks. I'm in a good place.
All right.
I like very metallic-y lipsticks.
I don't as much. That is not metallic-y.
Well, I'm just looking like this Smashbox one is metallic. This is metallic.
I don't. I was going through a phase. I was going through a phase.
Metallic. Oh no! I found it. my favorite drugstore lipstick, and you own it. Yes. Yes. We'll mix
Somebody's
it.
recommendations.
We'll mix it with something. That's very refreshing on me, by the way. It's very hot here. It's a little. Okay, so my favorite lipstick of all time is this one right here, which is the Mousse Bouche by Bite Beauty in the shade Meringue. That is my favorite. All right, I'm not mad. I made it work. I put 3 lipsticks on. I used the NYX Lingerie in Lipley. What is this? Maybelline Shine Baddest Beige, but my all-time favorite drugstore neutral, which is the Rimmel London in Airy Fairy.
Yeah.
Which anyone that I know that owns it is because I told them to buy it.
Meringue.
My fave! All-time favorite.
I've never tried Bite. Any of the Bite stuff.
They're very orange-y scented. Citrusy scented.
Yeah, they are. They're nice.
I gave you a pinky option too, or is that too pink for you? Fig.
It's a little...
Put this... You like lip gloss? Put that on.
I know.
It literally is. There's no sticky. Well, everyone knows what that is. That is Marc Jacobs lip gloss and sugar.
Yeah.
It's classic. Wow, I look exactly like.
Oh my god.
Let
me just tell you.
Amazing. This is literally my lip.
You were talking about that lipstick that reminds me, or it looks like your mom. This smell reminds me of, because it's a little minty. it reminds me of my grandmother because my grandparents always had a thing of beech nut gum.
Oh.
Mint gum.
Mint gum. Sure.
And her leather purse. And it has like that smell of leather and mint.
We've been sitting here too long. It says we have to stand up.
Yeah. Okay.
You look like you. I look like me.
Yeah.
This is what we look like every day. Imagine that.
Oh my goodness. Well, it was fun playing.
Yes. My favorite question. What was your favorite thing that you tried of mine?
I would have to say I do like the palette was very nice. The eyeshadow palette.
The foundation.
It's not bad. We'll see. I'll be interested to see how it wears because it's hard to see on my chin. My chin looks a little cakey, which it does anyway. But it's not bad. I think it's pretty good. And that was the Makeup Revolution one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I like the Marc Jacobs that I used the palette for the bronzer for a little bit of sculpting, and I did like the Fenty. The Fenty bronzer is very nice. Delightful. She probably hated everything that I had her wear.
No, I like that BH Cosmetic. Again, aside from the shimmers, because there is not a shimmer that I would use, and so my biggest complaint with palettes is that if you can't get a full eye look out of it, then why buy it?
Again.
But
It's
you
just not
can,
your cup
so
of
it's
tea.
fine
It's
for
not
you, but
your-
it's not my
your
cup of tea. I like the blush a lot. The ColourPop
I like the blush.
It's very pretty, and it blended in very nicely. It set very nicely. And I don't know about the foundation because I would set it very differently, which you didn't prime. But like had it done on my own, I would have used my powders on it, which are more mattifying. Because that's like I feel oily now, and that might just be why I kind of matte on it. But the color's not bad.
No, I feel like it's and you kind of bronzed up the neck a little bit too.
It was necessary.
Yeah. But I like, it didn't wear well on me. I do want to try it again, the Pure 4-in-1 foundation. But I like the way it looked initially. I thought it looked really kind of like a nice satin, but almost like airbrush kind of look.
It looks nice. Like I feel like it's sitting nicely on my skin, but I do feel like it's sitting on top of my skin instead of like blending.
It's heavier than what I normally go for as well. But yeah, so that's it. Those are my first special guest and a little bag swap. And if we do it again, if she lets me do it again, I'll provide more options.
We'll do something else next time. I don't know.
Down the road.
Down the road.
We'll do something else.
Yeah.
Next time. So, I'll give you the whole shebang. Hey, if you like this kind of video, and if you enjoyed Sarah being here, give it a thumbs up. Much appreciated. Please subscribe and click the bell so you know when I upload. Again, I try to upload once a week, usually on the weekends. It's going to take me a while. This is Saturday. I'm supposed to upload either today or tomorrow. That's not going to happen.
See you next week.
So see you next week. No, I'll upload as soon as I can. But do that. What else? Follow me on Instagram at Pesky Snarkatarian. And do your best, people, to always stay as snarky as possible. And I'll see you in my next video.
Bye.
Bye.